More than 60% of 13 to 34-year-old smartphone users are on Snapchat, and the users, they send more than 1 billion snaps a day. They watch more than 10 billion videos online, and now the company renamed Snap is out with its first hardware product, video-grabbing sunglasses called Spectacles. And joining us to discuss it is Mark SPOONAUER, editor-in-chief at Tom's Guide and Spectacles. Mark, how is this different from Google Glass?
Well, it's a lot different. For starters, I mean, what I love is that they took the best feature of Google Glass when that was around, and that's the ability to capture video on the fly when you're out and about. But it's at 1/10 of the cost, at about $130. And it's also really easy to use. It doesn't try to be a computer on your face. It's just a one-trick pony. But in that case, I think that's what people want.
Right. And what about this, I guess, this next evolution for Snapchat now into Snap Inc.? Is this the way forward for them?
It's one of the ways forward, because I think as they start to maybe hit a little bit of a plateau in terms of new users, they have to keep those existing users engaged, but also get others into the fold. And I think coming out with a piece of hardware is pretty clever, because at $130, it's affordable, it's fun, you get to capture 10-second clips and then share them with friends, because then you upload them to your phone and then you share them out. And in a way, you're turning a lot of your users into walking billboards.
Right, but in a way, isn't that kind of what Google Glass tried to do and failed?
Yeah, they did, and I think part of the issue was privacy. Like even before Google Glass came out, you had a lot of restaurants and bars that were banning it. And what Snap has done here, which is pretty clever, is that on the outside, there's an outward-facing light so that when you're recording, other people will know it. So that's really important, and it's only 10 seconds at a clip. So I think if you want to be out of the way, just make sure you step out of that field of view, which is pretty wide at 115 degrees, while that other person is recording.
Right. Still a lot of unknowns, though, about Spectacles. You know, they talked about a limited number. We don't know exactly how many they're going to sell, who gets it first, and when they're going to even launch it full scale.
Right, yeah, I mean, so it'll probably be coming out this fall, and I think it's a little bit of a bummer that it doesn't have more wide-scale distribution, because it would be a great stocking stuffer. But we'll have to see. I think maybe it'll really catch on maybe early 2017, but for now I think they're creating a lot of buzz, and that's what you want to do with a new product announcement.
I think people are wondering, why make an announcement late on Friday night if you're trying to launch a new product?
Yeah, a lot of people were wondering that too, and I think what happened is that the Wall Street Journal had a report, and then others started asking questions, and I don't think Snap necessarily intended for all the details to come out all at once, but once the cat was out of the bag, they had to let all the details fly in terms of answering questions that people had about the battery life, the field of view, how much they're going to cost, how many colors. I think it's 4. The bottom line is that they're a little bit goofy, but they're also a great way to just introduce people to the service and get them using it more often.
Okay, well, Mark, you talked about plateauing of certain businesses, possibly the core business. Do you think we're pushing ever closer to Snap Inc. IPO?
I think so. This could be a sign that that's on the horizon, and I think as they diversify their portfolio, hardware is an important ingredient in that, especially when you see that Facebook is trying to accelerate their hardware efforts. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if Instagram tries to do the same thing. So first it starts with software and services, and this is a way of them branching out and saying that we're not just about a single service and a single app.
Right.
We're about tying more people into that app with all these other products that we're offering.
Hey, Mark, thanks so much for sharing your insights today. And thank you so much for watching. I'm Susan Lee. You have yourselves a great day.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me or the eye right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.